Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and $100 range, most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I got 5 fragrances, as the name would imply, that are wood-heavy fragrances. And by that, I mean it is kind of a dominating accord or note in these fragrances, very wood-forward. So let's get into these 5 fragrances that I think are good smelling and wood heavy. Up first is kind of a recent purchase of mine, and later on I'm probably going to do a full review and a standalone video on this fragrance, but for now I wanted to put it in this list because of the list I made, and this one just had to kind of join the party. And I'm talking about Mercedes-Benz Private. This thing's been around for a little while, 2018, and this is 2025 right now. And this is a dry cedar, sharp green cypress. That's what you get in the opening. It's very dry. Dry with that sharp green cypress. When it starts to dry down a little bit, it changes kind of a lot, but maintains all of that woodiness. It gets a little bit earthier. The patchouli starts to come out a little bit more, and there's like an undertone of some sweetness coming from somewhere. I don't know where it's getting that. Maybe it's the patchouli, because patchouli can sometimes have a little bit of a sweet accord. But for me, on my skin, I clearly am getting a much more pronounced patchouli note with a touch of sweetness. It stays dry, it stays woody, it gets a little bit more powdery also as it starts to dry down. The performance is not bad on this thing at all. It's about a 6-hour fragrance on me. I think on some of you guys it's probably going to last a long time, but it is a classy, masculine, woody fragrance. I mean, that's what it is. That's what this list is all about. Pretty much all of these are very classy smelling. They're very mature and classy. These are not youthful fragrances. They're not playful. These are a little bit more serious, some more so than others, but that's kind of what this list is leaning towards. So Mercedes-Benz Private, had to make it on here. Up next is another luxury car brand, and I'm going to talk about Bentley for Men Absolute. This one is a citrus pink pepper. It's kind of a little bit more on the damp side of the cedar. It's warm, damp, dusty, powdery cedar, earthy, pink pepper, a little bit of that olibanum in there, and some, I think there's like a cypriol oil kind of thing going on in this. And the performance is decent. It's not any kind of beast on me. In fact, it's one of the weaker Bentleys, but it's not bad. It's like average. So another classy, woody. Like I said, this is more of the damp, woody type of a deal. And yeah, classic. And it's another winner. You can find these ones at Burlington. Forgive all the fingerprint magnet thing that's going on in this one. But yeah, you can find these ones at Burlington all day long. Up next is one of my first real woody fragrances. This one is a woody floral. It's got iris, Kenneth Cole RSVP, woody, iris, black pepper. It's got a bit of a rich, thick thing going on, and as it dries down, it's like kind of reverse, because there's grapefruit, and apparently, according to the notes, it's in the top, and you do kind of get some of that tartness. I think the black pepper kind of got a terrible atomizer on this thing. I mean, I get the grapefruit. I definitely get a little bit more now that I'm like trying to find it and stuff like that. It's definitely woody, iris, black pepper, grapefruit, but it seems like the dry down, it's like the grapefruit is allowed to poke its head out even more than in the opening, which is kind of weird. So yeah, you find this one for 20 bucks at the store. Obviously, I don't have the red bottle. I think I did start seeing these with that actual wooden box. So if you like a woody floral, if you like an iris note, a nice iris waxy note, this has a thickness to it, like a thick heaviness going on. Man, it's it punches harder than what it's priced at. Kenneth Cole RSVP, another awesome woody fragrance. So let's go ahead and roll the time way back to 1978 and go ahead and grab a classic. This one almost didn't make the list because there's so much other stuff going on, because it's green and very citrus and lots of like little fresh spiciness and aromatic, but I think it definitely has enough wood going on. Azzaro Pour Homme. Man, as far as a classic fragrance, if you like those classics, a lot of people don't like Polo Green. I do. Houston Z14, Dracar Noir, those old barbershop type. Man, let me get this in the air. The quality on this juice is crazy, how good the quality is. For being so inexpensive, so classic, long lasting, tart, sharp, citrus, little bits of that fresh spiciness and a good dose of woods. It's green, fresh, spicy, citrus, woody. Lots of wood. Even though there's like 30 notes in this thing and you only see like cedar and vetiver, trust me, there's a lot of wood happening in this fragrance. Classic, old school, masculine, still kind of fresh but heavy at the same time, but it's not ultra cloying when it's high heat. There's a lot of good stuff happening in this fragrance. I slept on this thing for too long and I'm glad that I picked it up. Azzaro Pour Homme. If you like that old fresh barbershop fougere type thing, but like a heavy woody version of it, man, there's something about that tart, sharp citrus, all that green going on. Just, it does something for me, man. Just, gosh, it smells so good. Azzaro Pour Homme. Yeah, enough said. One of the simplest ones on this list. You can probably still find it at Walmart every now and then. I know I'm seeing this brand still there, and 20 bucks. They make a lot of good fragrances. Sometimes they're like $10 or $11 when you find them at TJ Maxx. And I'm talking about Cremo, Blue Cedar, and Cypress. It has those two notes plus a lemon leaf. Man, I wore this not too long ago. I enjoyed every second of it. It's so simple and so easy. A woody, freshy. Fresh, woody fragrance. Green cypress. Cypress is a very green kind of thing. Warm cedar. Crisp, refreshing, tart, almost invigorating lemon leaf. Like a good dose of that lemon leaf just dripping over the top of all that green cypress and cedar wood. Super good for the price. See, I've taken a dent out of this thing, and yeah, there's some. I'll just grab this thing sometimes out of the shower or whatever. Like, man, it's one of those fragrances where you're like, let me get some of that. So you go with like, you don't even have to see the thing. Like, it just like hits you in the head or something, because it's like different. It hits you in the brain. Like, I'm looking forward to some of that tart, juicy lemon leaf, on like just drizzled on top of all that wood. Cremo, Blue Cedar, and Cypress. So that's it for these fragrances. I've done reviews on these ones. This wasn't no kind of full review. I wasn't trying to get in too much detail. They're obviously all wood dominant, classy, masculine. I felt like if I really tried to explain them in detail, then it would have been really redundant, because they share a lot of similarities. I just wanted to point out 5 of my favorite woody fragrances that I had that had their slight differential that had their slight variations. And yeah, if you like my taste and you trust my opinion, then go ahead and roll the dice on these ones. If you're into like youthful things, none of these are youthful. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.